There's been some hiccups, but I say it's very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare. And it's typically like, we're not trying to experiment if he just can't go all the way with me. Sometimes we get lost in that. But mainly we use the same software. I'm aware of how to use the software. So it's like, I might not be an engineer, but if he asks me to do something, I know exactly what he's talking about. And I've used different softwares and shit. I've made music on my own. So I technically know his process. I'm trying to put myself in his mind when I do things. And like, because I have worked with other engineers before I would be selfish and be like, no, I want to do it this way. But I'm at this age, I'm not even selfish. I just do it the way that he can easily work with. I barely put any effects. All I do is, the only thing I care about is my little auto-tune. And even sometimes he's encouraged me to not use auto-tune. So mainly, the only little thing I care about is auto-tune, and we see eye to eye on it. So
And you see the theme? Because once again, going back to albums, innit? Like, a lot of people who make albums, you know, a lot of them say, obviously, they want the album to have a theme, like a story. So when you listen to it, you know, you can easily listen to the album, like, you know, from the beginning to all the way to the end without skipping, you get me? Because it's like, it's telling you a story, always got a theme. Like, is your album like that, or is it just like, obviously, a bunch of different songs just put together, you get me?
What the fuck's going on? So then I had got me a little check from music. And then I had just like separated myself from, I just went and talked to her. She like, I wouldn't get no kind of attention. Then she's like, why are you being mean to me? And I'm like, I ain't being mean to you, being mean to me. Talking about I'm like my dad. And you know, I don't even like my dad. And so then she was like, you know what? I'm not a mean person.
Do you feel
stop doing that?
Yeah. Do you feel like sometimes because either consciously or subconsciously, sometimes people do things in it. Do you feel like before, obviously, like you said, now Yulo's relationship is good in the best place that's ever been in it right now at the moment, yeah. But would you say that before, some of the things that used to go on between you and your mum, yeah, do you think that used to be because of maybe the kind of like frustration or hate that your mum had towards your dad? But obviously, it's like she's reciprocated it by him. Yeah.
She's only raising me on her own. She's stressed out.
Yeah.
If I do something that she don't have the patience for, but then again, her patience has been drained by her work as well. So it's certain things that it's her fault. But it's not that I'm like, women are a little bit more fragile, bro. Like, you don't really put that shit. Sometimes you gotta, as the man, you take the blame. And unfortunately, because my dad was not there to take the blame, I had to take the blame. When certain shit went wrong, I had to take the blame. And as a young person, I couldn't understand that there was a certain burden I have to carry. And I feel like, she didn't communicate that with me. I had to figure that out on my own. So I'm saying, if someone got that pressure on you, but you don't know how to handle it, it's coming off rude. Like, it's not that she definitely thought I was like my dad, but that just came out in that time. And I'm like, she's saying that just to be mean. She's saying that because, again, she can't hit me, so she was trying to just hurt me. And sometimes women would just do that, bro. And it's not for you to be like, it's not for you to tweet back. It's for you to just be the bigger man in a way, or just, you know, we don't do manipulation. And that's what I was showing my mom. We don't do manipulation. And she's got to a certain point where she don't really manipulate me too tough no more. She don't.
The older, slowly but surely, the more things that you're going through, the older that you're getting as well. Do you feel like your relationship with your mom somehow is getting better?
Oh, better, yeah, because I'm lucky.
Yeah, go and talk
Not everyone gets it, but yeah. With me and her, we've said some, I mean, I don't know how to, my mom used to hit me a lot. Eventually, hit you with a belt. Not on my face and nothing, like, not too abusive, but I feel like black people, we get it. Or I don't even make it racial. Sometimes, like immigrants, or I'll say like people who's not westernized, they be getting slapped up. So, when I was about 13, I had my mom had put me in a military camp. I'm not a big guy, but I'm a little bit taller than mama. And at that time, there was a lot of testosterone going through me. I'm doing military camp shit. So my mom tried to hit me, and I was like, I just gripped it up. I was like, you need to stop, cause if I tweak, you wouldn't like me tweaking, would you? And then that's what made her stop doing that. And then she was like, oh yeah, sorry, we're not gonna do that no more. It's not about hitting. And then it was a time my mom would just be shouting at me. And then she had flew me up to Dubai. But she was like, when she had got me there, I must have done something. I must have been like, Mom, don't wake me up. I said, she must have been watching. She didn't even like Trump. She was watching Trump at like 6 a.m. Yeah, I'm not. You don't turn that shit off. Like, I'm literally on holiday. Yeah, you got the TV right next to my face. Yeah, it's fully blaring Trump. Like, and I like Trump. I'm just saying, like, I don't like the fucking TV in my face. And then she tweets, she's like, oh, I brought you here. Do you know what? I'm not gonna buy you no food. And I was like, what? So I'm gonna be here hungry. That makes no sense. And then she's like, I'm not gonna buy you no drip. I don't know if you want drip, but you're not gonna get it. All of that shit. And then I'm like, what the fuck, Mom? And then she's like, yeah, you just like your daddy. And then I'm just like, that's totally uncalled for. I'm not like him. And you just got me out here up at 6 a.m. hard way, I think, because especially when you broke or you come from the bottom, you thinking, I need to be the man. Like, I need to get some money. I need to stop depending on people and asking and begging and pleading.
Yeah.
But,
I love the way you go, you go in different ways, with everything that we talk about. Yeah, that's what I love doing as well. Yeah. So I want to touch on also something else as well. Like, obviously in terms of like stability in your life, innit? Because even, all of us look for stability within our own life. Like, how much is that in your forefront, like in your mind, in terms of like our need stability within my life?
Even while trapping, like, it's always been so heavy. I did grow up like as a good boy, and I've seen, not that my family has not obviously not been perfect. My life has not been perfect, but I've seen images like, or almost like like I've seen perfection. I could see when people do get there, and I see what takes them there, and I always knew it was certain aspects, certain things like commitment and just holding it down. And I just, with trap, it's kind of like, it makes it quick. You get the money quick, and you think, all right, cool, now I can make the decisions I wanted, instead of like doing it the hard way. You do it the easy way, and you think, like, I've got a cheat code now, I'm getting shit right. But there's something shaky under you. And then like relationships, I couldn't maintain them because I couldn't trust people.
Would you say you're paranoid?
100%, man. I've been in some fucked up shit. Like, I've been kidnapped. I've been, like I said, I've been to jail. Like, my family has, like, betrayed me. Like, my friends have betrayed me. Even in the art world, like, you get around certain niggas, they do shit for clout. And then you're thinking, these ain't the same niggas I grew up with.
So even moving forward, like we speak on like stability, yeah? Like, moving forward, even with, like, obviously, not to say too much, with love, being in a relationship, just even in general, because obviously there's a lot of different types of relationships in it, yeah? Intimate and just fun. There's a lot of different relationships. Like, how do you, like, moving forward, you get me, with intimate relationships, with even just making new friends, just in general moving forward, yeah? With all of these things that's happened to you, you don't understand, like, how, moving forward, how do you trust people? Like, for you personally, yeah, like, do you find it difficult trusting people? How do you come around in terms of like trusting, like, somebody who might be the love of your life one day, somebody who might actually be like a really good friend for you moving forward? You're going to say this key word of trust. How do you trust people? How do you trust people?
It's starting to change. Before, I was very selfish with it. I would wait for a person to show me that extreme loyalty before I would even try to show myself. And I found out that that's kind of cowardly. And it's a lack of faith, right? Like, if you're fearful, that's putting more fear in the devil, or to be real, like, to be more clear, that's putting more trust in doubt than in anticipation and faith and love and things like that. So the love is unconditional. Not everyone gets unconditional love straight away in their life, like, but for me, I've had that from my mother. Like, well, she's had some conditions in the past, but we've worked through them, and right now, like, I can even say I could tell her anything, and she won't judge me that same way another person would.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same way you can do that to someone else. Like, they don't need to show you nothing. You just decide that you love them. That's enough. Like, so I think you have to discriminate in a way. You can't be loving everybody. But I'm saying, if you got like a little one person that you can love, or you can love your mom, you can love your grandma. For me, that's 3 people I can love. Yeah, that's her, my mom, and my grandma.
Yeah.
That's 3 people. That's not too many. So I can give them unconditional love. Like, even if they do something I don't like, that doesn't even matter. That don't even matter. I already decided in my head I love them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I love that, man. I love that.
There's a coherentness to it, but the themes of each song, they don't match up. The sound for each song is similar.
Okay.
But the story is different. But I would just definitely say it carried the energy of what I've been going through in the last 2 years. Because basically I started it in a time when only a few months after I had been homeless. So I gone homeless, and I think 6 months after that, I had been arrested, and then back on the streets now, and there was still a lot of grinding, and it even sort of foretells like the shit that I went through just before I released it. Because the reason why I released it is I was holding it back, saying let's work on curating it. Maybe to even do things like that, make a theme. But because it had gone on, I'm not someone who just sits on music. I like to throw it out at least. I like to have a deadline for it, because I feel like if you don't put a deadline, you'll never finish it. It'll be unfinished work forever. So I got arrested again, unfortunately. And even then, I still had a Superman mindset where I was thinking I could carry on the way I'm living and nothing's gonna happen to me. And then one day I randomly got arrested and taken. I was in a holding cell, and then they took me to court. They was like, you missed a court date. And then like basically they had never mailed me the court date, so I never knew about it. And I was just wanted. And then
you was wanted?
Yeah, I was wanted.
For how long? How long was you wanted for?
Like 3 days. But I was unaware of the fact that I was wanted.
Okay.
So they knock on my door one day, I'm just cooking. I'm like, what the hell? They're like, you just leave? I'm like, shit. Yeah, that's my government name right there. And then, I just saw that like I'm basically like very close to being in jail right now. And so I said, let me just drop this shit.
Yeah.
Because I need to stop trying to do shit illegitimately. I need to do shit. I need to get back to the music, because that's what I'm good at. Instead of shit that is in the streets. Like, not to be, I don't hate on street shit, but I'm saying like,
you can't always do street
there's
shit.
an expiration date to street shit.
Yeah.
Whereas like music can go forever, and you ain't gotta be inside nowhere.
And plus, you don't need to give the pigs too much of your energies, man. You get me? They don't deserve your energy.